Hi, my name's Nicole. I'm the Guildford Coordinator for Family Voice. Today we're going to be interviewing Julia Laird and Holly Newman from Surrey County Council about supported apprenticeships. So welcome. Hopefully you're going to tell us more about what you do, and then, if anyone's interested, they can contact you at the end of the session. First, I'm going to talk to you, Julia, and I thought we would start with you, and you'd just tell us a little bit about yourself and what your role is within Surrey County Council, and maybe then just kind of go into what the apprenticeship thing is about, if that's okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Julia Laird. I work for Surrey County Council and I'm a commissioning manager. So we develop lots of different kind of projects and work with providers as part of my role in the council. I've got more of quite an adult social care background. Previously I was more operational than I am now, working directly with young people and families from an adult social care context and assessing them and support planning and that kind of thing. So now I'm in this kind of more commissioning role, working with our providers, and we've been developing some inclusive apprenticeships within the council, which is really exciting and something we've been doing now since about this time last year when we started developing them, and had our young people start with us from September 2021. So now, we've been kind of looking at our lessons learned from last year and how we can make improvements and how we can continue to kind of keep these apprenticeships going. And we've got a cohort of 16 that we're hoping to start working with from September 2022. It's really exciting stuff. So in terms of how it works, young people would apply as they would apply for any other job with Surrey County Council on the website, on the jobs portal. And the apprenticeships are targeted for young people with the HCPs who are between 16 and 25. Shall I go on or do you want to?
Well, let me just, in terms of ability, because I was going we've obviously had this conversation before about, the internships, and then these are apprenticeships. How, there's a bit of a pathway that you can go through, isn't there, from what you've said before? And so in terms of ability, how do you work out that this is going to be the right thing and who the right people are? Because some people might not be able to, adults with disabilities might not be able to access the jobs or the apprenticeships that you're offering. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's lots of different pathways, as you mentioned, pathways. So I guess these apprenticeships would be quite well suited to somebody who might have been through college and kind of done some employability type workplace modules within their course, or they might have already been doing sort of a supported internship, which is different from the apprenticeship. So they might have already been kind of working alongside some of our other providers in Surrey doing those kinds of things, and they'll be looking for their next step into actually paid employment. How can they earn and learn at the same time in a real workplace setting, and kind of, it's the next step really on the ladder, I think. That's essentially the pathway that we think. And in terms of ability, I mean, academically, these apprenticeships are level 2 and 3s. So there's a variety of different ones that you can look up on the job website. So really, I guess it's got to be manageable and achievable and in line with the similar levels to what the young person applying would be working at. But really, if you're looking at doing one of the level 3 apprenticeships, it might be safe to say if you were working at level 2 previously, it would be kind of that progression pathway. Although there has been some kind of changes in terms of these inclusive apprenticeships, and the levels were changed to kind of remove that barrier in case a young person wasn't quite at the right levels for maths or for English, and it could be one or the other. They could be really, really good at English and kind of working at really high levels, but struggle more with the maths, or vice versa. So there has been some kind of changes to that that criteria for the English and maths, just to make it a bit more accessible, I guess. I hope that answered those questions.
I was just wondering, like, in terms of, okay, obviously you're going to get a range of different people. They're quite office-based jobs. I was just wondering, in terms of, like, how would you manage if someone was, you know, say struggling with anxiety? Would they do like reduced hours, or I just the question I'm kind of like throwing out there. How would you manage like the different abilities and things that people are struggling with? I don't know, just different.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, there is kind of peer support. We have different groups within the local authority that people can access. But the reason why these are sort of more inclusive apprenticeships is to remove the barriers at the beginning mainly. But you know, it is a really supportive environment in the local authority, and the teams are all fully aware and kind of prepped to be working with a young apprentice. So we've kind of made this as accessible as possible for young people, and you know, and we've got those groups that they can access, and we've got the managers that are going to be supportive. But yeah, but it is also you know, a job as any other job, almost as any other apprenticeship. It mainly removes those initial barriers that some young people might face who have an EHCP, and you know, you mentioned anxiety, and that is quite common as well, I think.
Exactly, because I mean, obviously some people sort of struggle, like they don't want to fail or that sort of thing. So just wondering how, in terms of, you know, those kind of things, like how would you support them, and so I guess following the EHCP and trying to put in place some of the things that are already on there.
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
the case officer as well is still involved, and you know, for those annual reviews, so that is still in place as well. And if there were any more kind of specific requirements, you know, there is support available from Access to Work. And sorry, I did forget to mention, actually, through Access to Work there is specific support for mental health for apprentices. Apprentices through the Access to Work, and it's kind of a specific thing targeted to mental health, so should help with that kind of, you know, help provide that support, and that could be kind of counselling, mentoring, that kind of thing.
Yes. And I mean, obviously, I don't know if you want to tell us a bit about some of the jobs that are available, and how, you know, there's a bit of a cutoff now, isn't there, to when people can access them. How would they go about that? And I don't know, what are the criteria, or I don't know, that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. So we do have a variety of different jobs, apprenticeships available. It's kind of a mixture between some more data type based things, so data analysts, and then you've got the more practical opportunities like the outdoor learning instructor, and property maintenance and events management. So there's kind of, so there are 16 roles in total. Yeah, and we've tried to get quite a good balance with different types of jobs to suit different types of abilities of young people. So yeah, there'll be some things that are quite hands-on, quite practical, and some things that are more computer-based, numbers, data, and that kind of thing. So it should, we hope that it will be quite accessible to lots of different young people with different abilities and different interests and things that they enjoy.
Okay, that's brilliant. And I don't know, we're going to hear from Holly now, I guess, just to tell us a little bit about your own experience, because you have done an internship, you were telling me before this, weren't you, Holly? So you did something, where was it? It was in the London bus or something other, something to do with that, you said, yes, before you came into the apprenticeship role. So just to kind of give people an idea of what that was like. And I don't know if you want us to also just tell us a little bit about you as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Holly Newman. I'm the business apprentice, and I work with the commissioning service department with the corporate parenting team. So I'm going to start off a bit of my internship, as I was mentioned. My internship was with Transport for London, called the Steps to Work program, and I work with Barnet Southgate College to help you gain a work skill level 1 qualification, and the Royal MENCAP, who are the support workers to give you support when you have your tutor, like your lessons. This internship was having getting the taste of everyday life of working in an office. So there were some chances people, some of the students could have the opportunity to work in the station, or you have more the chance opportunity to work in the offices, which there is a lot more offices than we realized with TFL. So after experiencing that, having a flavor of the variety of work experience, I realized that business administration was the right thing for me as a career that I want to go for. And coming to the end of it, my older sister Jess, she was looking at the Surrey County Council website, saw this apprenticeship and sent the link to me. As soon as I read the skills, experiences, and what would your day-to-day task would be, I thought that sounds right for me. I'm gonna go for it. I want to apply for it. Yeah, I was very excited and also a little bit nervous because I had to answer these 2 big questions, like why do I want to be an apprenticeship, or why do I want to join this particular one. It's 2 simple questions, but they are very hard to answer because I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't say them out loud. So I'm grateful that I had my parents that helped me with that. Like they knew how I wanted to say it, but they gave me the right guidance, or saying some words to help me click, or just that's it. I know where to start. So I'm very happy they helped me with that, as well as helping me tidy up my CV, make sure everything was how it should be presented. So they were a really big help for me during that time. And yeah, when I got the email saying I've got an interview, I was over the moon. I was like jumping up and down of excitement. Yeah, and I done all my prep work, like rereading my the job description and prepping some questions ready for the interview. And I remember I was feeling a bit nervous because it was going to be my first meeting through Zoom, and I've never done it before since we were in a lockdown situation. But once the interview started and conversation was being made, I felt calm and confident, and I forgot about my worries. So I was very happy that, okay, I feel very positive about this. And then sometime after, I got the call saying I got this apprenticeship, and I couldn't believe it. I was just over the moon and very happy, and I just couldn't wait to get started, as this was like a next step for me getting a paid, like having a paid job. And I thought, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to step into this road of employment.
Must be very rewarding. Are you? And you said you do enjoy what you're doing. Hey, you're enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love waking up every morning thinking, oh, it's a work day. Brilliant.
Really? And how does it compare to when you were at school, for example? Do you enjoy it more, or?
I enjoyed my apprenticeship more than I did school, because during school, not a lot of the students that would understand my needs. Like they just wouldn't understand that I have bit of autism, learning difficulties, but I can still talk. I can still have a conversation if they gave me a chance to participate, or if we had to go group activity, my teacher would have to put me in a group. But with this apprenticeship, meeting my manager, he was welcoming, and he really wanted to know how can you support me to make sure I can achieve this apprenticeship? How can this help me? And explaining simply just when it comes to instructions, I like a simple step-by-step way, because I cannot take a lot of words in or long description of the task, which Conrad understood, and he still does it now, make sure it makes sense. And he puts in his email if I have any questions. Feel free to get in contact with him.
That's fantastic, isn't it? That's absolutely fantastic. And it's just so nice. I think, I suppose, as well, I mean, I guess in an adult only environment as well, it's the people are probably more understanding as well. But
Yeah.
that's absolutely fantastic. It must be just so great working there. Thank you so much for sharing your story and also for being vulnerable about everything that you've also gone through. Thank you so much. So Julia, I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell us about the apprenticeships or where people can get hold of you and maybe some of the jobs that are coming up and how long it is that how long they've got to kind of apply for those. Is that
Yeah, sure.
or any other thoughts that I might have missed out?
Yeah, no, absolutely, that's fine. Yeah, no, I just wanted to also echo that I really loved hearing Holly's story. So thank you so much, Holly, for taking, you know, the time to come and share that with us and with everybody.
You must be so proud, Julia.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you know, one of our young apprentices doing so well. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I'll just give you a little bit more information about the apprenticeship roles and when they're actually available on the website now. So so we've kind of tried to advertise this so that we can get as many young people applying as possible. As I mentioned, having an EHCP is one of the criterias for applying. So we have 16 roles. I won't read out quite so many because some of the roles have got 2 jobs attached to them. So for example, with our data analyst, I believe that's one of the ones that we have 2 roles for. So yeah, so data analyst, digital marketer, business administration, junior content producer. We've got finance/accounts assistant and events management, property maintenance, information communication technician, and outdoor learning instructors. So they're kind of different roles based in different places around the county, and each of those locations will be in the job adverts. As I mentioned, they're out live now, so that you can apply straight away. If you take a bit of time to decide kind of which one is going to be most enjoyable, suited to your skills, and those kind of things before applying. There are quite a few. So yeah, we would be interviewing kind of late June, early July. That's in our plan. Yeah, so we really encourage young people to apply and look forward to having our next cohort starting in September 22.
Amazing. I think one thing I also forgot to ask you is how did the apprenticeships actually come about? I don't know if you want to just tell people a bit more about that as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we actually saw as well that another local authority in the south has been doing a similar thing and thought that it was really kind of inspirational when we wanted to do that ourselves. We're always looking for new things to develop to support young people, and we have kind of lots of things currently available, like supported internships. We have obviously all the courses our colleges offer, and we have different vocational programs that we commissioned in Surrey. And I guess the apprenticeship is kind of the next thing that we wanted to be able to do, and we were able to do it through our transformation portfolios. So you know, which is a range of projects and programs. So they, you know, that's enabled us to develop these apprenticeships. So yeah, it's really kind of almost the final bit of the puzzle for so many young people who've been working towards employment and independence. And if we're able to kind of be part of that, it's really great, and we wanted to try and develop that.
Fantastic, thank you so much. And just to say again, so which website? Oh,
it's on the Surrey County Council jobs
so just
website,
job website of Surrey County Council.
Yes,
okay,
yes, it's
fantastic.
Just, yeah, it's fairly accessible. You know, just
would you put in apprenticeships, I guess, as well, maybe? If you're
yes,
trying to
sure, and you can put this in the search term apprenticeship, and that will come up. Yeah,
okay.
And we can put the details. I'm sure I can give you the website links and things, and we can put it beneath the video.
Yeah, absolutely, fantastic. Oh well, I don't know if there's anything else either of you would like to say before we finish about this topic of apprenticeship. Anything else that you want to add, or?
No, just that we look forward to receiving some applications, and we'll be kind of keeping an eye on those and with the teams over the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today and for just letting us know a bit more about this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for hosting us. It's been great. Thanks.